truck driver had been hauling cargo for days with only 500 meters left to the destination, but he ran into a problem. Light morning rain had frozen, and ahead was a steep descent. It would take just 2 minutes to reach the warehouse. It's just around the bend, but unfortunately, the weather conditions are preventing him from making it through this stretch. He could have waited a few hours for the weather to improve and then driven through safely, but he was pressed for time. He needed to stay on schedule, so the truck driver decided to take the risk and go down the icy road. And today, we'll find out whether he managed to do it. It's easy for passenger cars. You don't weigh anything, but I've got 20 tons in my trailer, and going down a thin layer of ice is almost impossible. Although, look, even passenger cars are sliding down, but what surprises me most is this Rolls-Royce, which climbs up so easily. Alright, I really hope that I have stabilization as good as the Rolls-Royce. Buddy, you managed to climb such a slippery road, but you just couldn't dodge me. Please let go! I need to very carefully and quietly make my way down this hill. So friends, on the very first descent, I immediately begin to lose traction and skid. The truck spins, but I'll try to hold on right here now. We're going 70 kilometers per hour and the speed is rapidly increasing. At the bottom, there are a lot of cars which are really going to get in our way right now. And that's the main problem. The first one we hit is a bus full of people, but I hope it wasn't a serious collision. The most important thing is that there are no fatalities. We hit a Porsche, and the Zhiguli and Renault Logan also get damaged. Moreover, the Zhiguli catches fire, and meanwhile, we're being pushed off the road. I'll try to floor the gas so I don't fly off the road. And it seems to be working out somehow, but my cargo is probably already damaged, and there are still more cars ahead. The main thing is not to hit these trees, but unfortunately I do. The cargo is falling out. The cargo has fallen out. That's it. It's over. The delivery failed, but the most important thing is that my truck is still intact. I'm still alive. And now it's not about saving the cargo, but about the survival of the truck driver. The Porsche gets hit in the rear, and at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, we crash into a pole. That is a devastating blow. We lose the cargo, and we unfortunately lose the truck driver as well. Unfortunately, we failed on the first try. Did you know that besides BeamNG.drive, one of my favorite games is GTA, specifically Criminal Russia on the Radmir servers? I've been playing here for 7 years already, and that's no exaggeration. You can see for yourself by watching my videos about this game. Or even better, if you join me, sooner or later we'll definitely meet. You're in for a vast open world where you can live a second life. Try to survive in the conditions of a criminal world. Here you'll definitely find something you love to do, from fishing and hunting, which are no less dangerous than the criminal districts, to owning your own business or running the top of the government. Yes, most likely you'll start out living in a cheap hotel, but you could end up with immense wealth and experience what a truly rich life feels like. And believe me, there are plenty of ways to spend your money here, no matter how much you have. Be sure to register using my link in the description to get 75,000 rubles and 3 days of gold VIP status from me to make your early game much easier. If you're already in the game, just enter my promo code MAXDEEP altogether through the menu. I'll be very happy to see you. Enjoy the game. Honestly, I don't even know if there's any way or plan to get down this slope in such icy conditions. But probably, first and foremost, we need to ensure and make sure we don't skid, so that the cab is facing directly straight ahead. Then maybe the situation will be completely different. We're going at 90 kilometers per hour. I'm trying to brake, but I'm starting to skid from side to side. There are no cars yet, thank God, but up ahead, I still end up colliding with a car, and it's a Zhiguli that gets hit at a speed of 120 kilometers per hour. For the passenger and the driver, this is most likely a fatal impact. Plus, we hit another car as well. Unfortunately, at this point, I can't straighten out anymore. And as I understand it, we're about to hit a tree again. This is yet another disastrous and unsuccessful descent, friends. And it is highly probable that it will be a fatal one for the truck driver again. And on top of that, the truck driver becomes severely pinned and trapped by the car. It's just terrifying to watch this. Alright, I think I have the main idea now. Under no circumstances can we ever allow our vehicle to spin out. If we keep going straight, even after a crash, we can at least maintain our direction for a little bit, but we can still find a way to recover. So let's go down calmly, gently braking. Don't slam on the brakes. See, it's starting to skid a little, but we're holding it carefully, not hitting any cars. We're passing through perfectly. Why did you have to get right in my way? You got right in front of me. We passed through calmly. Perfect. So far everything is fine, but again, there are these little cars in our way. If it weren't for them, there's a chance we could have made it through now. Ahead of us is a Rolls-Royce, and also in the oncoming lane, a car gets hit at a speed of 140 kilometers per hour. That's a truly incredible amount of speed, and I hope I can keep going. But a head-on collision with the Porsche leaves us with absolutely no chance at all. Another hit, and we're flying into a pole somewhere. I really hope we can successfully get around it. No, the unfortunate truck driver falls out of the vehicle, and there's a pole in his path at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. The truck driver violently collides into this pole. That's a fatal blow! And now, at this point, it really doesn't matter whether the truck survives or even whether the cargo survives. The truck driver is completely gone. There are thick trees directly ahead, but miraculously, both the truck and the Porsche managed to pass by these trees. The truck driver is already long gone. The truck driver is dead, but at this speed of 90 kilometers per hour. Those in the Porsche still have a chance to survive because the speed remains very high. There are several people in the car, but take a look at this luck. Just look at this amazing luck. Only now do we finally hit this tree with the truck driver already dead, and then the Porsche also hits the tree. I think the people inside the Porsche most likely survived the impact, but the truck driver unfortunately died back when he first hit the pole. Actually, right now I'm going to try not to use the brakes at all. Maybe that's the right outcome. Let's give this descent a chance to pick up speed. The main thing is that it doesn't go too fast. Although the speed is picking up very quickly, already 100 kilometers per hour. No, let me at least slow down a little, just a little. Hey, where are you going? Why did you pull out onto my path? You really got in our way once again at that moment. We're going 130 kilometers per hour. 140, friends! Of course, that's a fatal blow for this little car. And naturally, we're sent skidding straight into a bus full of passengers. Where else could we have ended up? Unfortunately, I won't be able to straighten out the truck anymore. A forceful, deadly hit with the rear wheel, landing directly onto the vulnerable passenger seat. There was a passenger sitting there. Another impact. Friends, we're completely blocking the road and like a tractor, collecting everything in our path. This is one of the most dangerous situations, and it is all because of that little car that just slightly drifted its rear end into the oncoming lane. Run, buddy! All I can advise you to do is to run for your life because I am still going 100 kilometers per hour. I really don't know if I will even survive this myself. No, there's a pole ahead. Run for your life because I am still going 100 kilometers per hour. I really don't know if I will even survive this myself. No, there's a pole ahead. But how is this even possible? That's it, it's over. A fatal blow, friends. I'm falling out of the cab. Unfortunately, this is yet another death for a trucker. I really have no idea how you managed to get down here with all these other cars around. This is one of the most dangerous sections. Let's try to take a closer look. The road ahead seems to be clear. In reality, there is still some small amount of grip on the pavement. It is very weak, but it is there. And in theory, that should save us. The road immediately filled up with traffic, but now I will move a bit to the right onto the shoulder. I am honking, just so that people stay safe and stay alive, please. No, I just barely clipped him. No, why did you pull out? I deliberately moved onto the shoulder. I was specifically driving on the shoulder so I wouldn't hit anyone. I flattened the bus with the full force of my body weight. The truck is tipping over onto the bus with passengers. There were a few different people sitting there. That was the final end of the road, friends. For everyone who was on the bus with the exception of the driver. The driver wasn't trapped, but the entire bus was crushed. Just think about how incredibly enormous the total mass of this heavy truck is, capable of completely flattening an entire bus. When a multi-ton loaded truck like this overturns, all you can really do is hope that both the trucker and the bus driver survive. But a high speed of 130 kilometers per hour leaves absolutely no chance of survival. Just look at the scene. The trailer is left far behind. I'm about to hit the pole. I can feel that I'm going to hit it. That's it, I'm spinning out. We've lost the cab, but I don't know. In a situation like this, I think the trucker would already be dead. The impact of the crash was incredibly severe, but thankfully we are coming to a complete stop very slowly now. Listen, this is absolutely incredible. We were really quite lucky because we have stopped, notice, right next to a professional auto repair shop. And I truly hope that this specific auto repair shop will be able to fix all of this damage for us as soon as it is humanly possible. The bus driver will not even need to call for a tow truck. He will simply walk home from here. But unfortunately, the passengers did not survive. There's a small chance that if the cars don't get in my way, I might be able to make it through. Although I realize that the speed is too high. But at least let me try.